Okay. All right. What's up? What's up? What's up, ThunderKATZ and Kittens? It's your girl, Cavadal _ Bree. I forgot who I was.
You forgot your own name.
I had to say, I'm Dr. Coco _ Curves.
She didn't start drinking without y'all. She started drinking without y'all.
Guess what? I have our favorite 19 Crimes. Shout out to 19 Crimes.
And I'm drinking coffee so I can stay woke.
Okay. Look, that part. Because you definitely went to see me last night.
Coco. Dr. Coco _ Curves. And I'm here with Bestie. Yeah, we back with another podcast on the ThunderKATZ podcast.
Thunder Thigh Network. Hashtag
Thunder Thigh Network.
Okay, Dr. Coco, what's going on, girl? What's our topic for tonight?
Well, so tonight we talking about cheating. And we talking about is a relationship salvageable after cheating.
So wait a minute. It sounds like we're talking about can the relationship be fixed after the cheating. Yeah. We're not going to talk about the cheating. We're going to let the cheating go, right?
We're not even going to address the cheating.
We're going to talk about the response to the cheating. Like, how would you handle that?
Can the relationship be mended after you didn't caught your spouse cheating?
Or your boyfriend or girlfriend or your long-term committed,
I said spouse.
That's married.
Everything?
I mean, when you say spouse, I think of marriage.
Oh, I'm like, shit, don't spouse go.
I'm sorry, because you're married,
Right, but I guess I would have said married then.
Listen.
I'm not a spouse. I'm a wife.
You are a spouse. Let me tell you, that is on the government paperwork. Like your spouse, your name, and then you have your maiden name, your spouse name, and all of that. So, yeah, we're going to go with whether you're in a long-term relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, or in between, or married. Can the relationship be saved after cheating? Let's see your thoughts.
You want to hear my thoughts?
So first of all, Dr. Coco, wait a minute.
Even became a thing.
Wait a minute. So let me say this. Let me ask you this. Have you stayed in a relationship, whether you were married or before getting married, after being cheated on or being the person that was the cheater?
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Okay, so I elaborate. I've been on both ends. I've been cheated on and stayed in the relationship, and I've also cheated and stayed in the relationship.
How did that work out for you guys, though?
It didn't in the end because we're not together. But honestly, the whole time, okay, so when I cheated and stayed, I didn't admit to the cheating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I cheated and kind of got away with it. So I stayed, until I was, until it was. But, I feel like your spouse can always kind of feel when something is off balance or, feel when you didn't step out. Well, women at least. I feel like women's intuition is really strong. And so when I was cheated on, I stayed because I was young. He was my first. I feel like, I hadn't really experienced life yet. I was still a teenager. I probably was like maybe 17 or 18 years old or something like that. And I feel like my age had a lot to do with why I stayed. And I stayed but started cheating. And see, that's the thing. I stayed because I loved that person, but I was still hurt, and I was young and feeling vindictive, and so I lashed out and clapped back and basically gave him what he was already giving me, which was disloyalty. Because the whole time I felt like he was disloyal, and I never truly got over it. Until I started cheating. After I started cheating, I didn't get no fuck. Like, I felt like, okay, now again.
You leveling the playing field.
Exactly. Again, I'm talking from where I was then. I was very young. So, I felt like I leveled the playing field, and my niggas look better than the bitch that I caught you cheating with. So, I feel like I won. Ha ha ha.
Oh my God! Not you being competitive as a competitive cheater. You thought you was gonna do this? I'm gonna show your ass. No,
exactly. Oh, you thought you were gonna win? No, I'm the winner, bitch. I'm the winner.
Look, y'all were supposed to be trying to save the relationship,
and we were. And that's the thing. I didn't immediately start cheating, but once I felt like I couldn't get over the fact that he had cheated, I started cheating. Because it took some time though for me to start cheating, because again, this was my first and all of that. So it took me some time to I guess, cheat back, because initially I just really wanted to.
But wait a minute, Dr. Coco, let me ask you this. How many relationships did you were you in that you cheated on and got cheated on or cheated with?
You can't ask me that!
I can't. And you gotta tell the truth, because this is ThunderKATZ Network. Spill the beans.
Okay, fuck it. Well, the cards is on the table. You know me, and you know that one thing I don't do is lie.
Your ass is stuttering. ThunderKATZ and Kittens, it sound like your girl Dr. Coco _Curves is stuttering.
Okay, no, she ain't got me. She don't got me in trouble. You don't got my words in trouble. So wait till this table gets how vocal she is about the foolishness she engaged in. So I cheated on everybody but my husband. I was cheated on I want to say twice. I want to say twice, because one of the times I was cheated on, I really don't count it as cheating because
of y'all title.
He was already with somebody, and I was kind of on some make sure I took your man type shit.
Right.
And so he was kind of bouncing back and forth between us on some food ninja shit and stuff or whatever. And so I don't know if I really count that as cheating.
Okay, that's understandable. But I mean,
twice, and I done been in like more relationships than I got hands. Probably.
But the thing is the relationship salvageable after cheating? And in your case, no, you are not with any of the men that had the infidelity involved, and the person that you're married to today, y'all didn't have, those type of.
Go ahead. Say what you gonna say. Me and my husband was for the streets. Like, no cap.
You know what? ThunderKATZ and Kittens, all I'm gonna say is you're single until you marry.
Thank you. Say it out. Some people in the back. You're single until you're married.
So listen, guys. Don't take this shit back home.
Take that shit home. Take that shit to the grave. You're single until you're married. Thank me later.
This is the street code, okay?
Take the street code 101. Look, Cabin Dog Bree, thank me later. Even at first. She didn't want to believe it at first, then she didn't want to believe it at first, then all of a sudden I'm single.
You know what? You live and you learn. But
I've been told you that.
So hypothetically, as of today, currently, you're married. You're happily married. You have your wonderful family and my beautiful baby, Ginger Boo Boo. Now, if those tables were turned, do you think if your husband cheated, what would you do? How would you handle that? Would you want to try to save your marriage? Are you going to be quick to just run? You guys are married. Does the game change once you put a ring on it?
I do feel like the game changed once you put a ring on it, because we spent over 20 bands on our wedding.
What the hell?
So I got investments.
Oh my God.
I do feel like once you married, I got a whole kid in this. I got investments. Like, I do feel like once you are married, that the the stakes are a little higher. So I would be open to, if, you know, knock on wood, something ever happened, I would be open to marriage counseling if it was me or if it was him.
Okay.
Because I want to know what happened. I want to know where we fell off. I want to, but I also feel like there's a large part of me that even with therapy, even with counseling, even with, you know, talking it out and all of that, in the back of my mind, you still a cheater.
I think, but you have a hard time building a healthy rapport with men anyway. So I think that would probably further damage that reputation of a man, and then that man is your husband. You probably would be like, no, you're going, but then see, I know you are also an overachiever and you work hard at everything that you do, and like you said, you have those investments, you know, with the marriage, a lot of investment and time invested, money, everything, and so you're going to try these different avenues that you didn't try before when you were actually not married but in a relationship with these different men when cheating occurred, to see if it's worth it. You know, can we save us? But deep down, you probably like, no, just fuck it. I don't, you know.
Deep down, I'm not gonna cap. The whole time I'm gonna be thinking I should just walk out.
Okay.
Like, I don't see, and that's just off of knowing myself. Like, I'm gonna try family counseling. I'm gonna try couples therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very open to those things. Like, you know, my master's is in clinical counseling. I believe in the power of therapy, but I also believe that the power of vows. And
when somebody show you what they are, when we're married, believe it. Because at this point, you're married and you took those vows before God. And so it's like, damn, we still do it, and you put a ring on it, and you're still trying to cheat and etc. So it's just like,
and like I said, me and my husband was for the streets before we got married. So,
oh honey,
you know,
yeah,
to put that, to leave that behind, and to find out that he didn't would be hurtful. I think I already broke our vows. Like, honestly, I don't feel like it's no mending that. Even if we do successfully, like, get through couples counseling and all of that, I never really forgive you fully. But that's partially too, like you said, my perception of male vulnerable with something that normally I would not be vulnerable to. Like, I would normally not be vulnerable towards a man, but I was open and vulnerable to you, and you took advantage of that, and so you became exactly why I'm the way I am.
Right.
So, no, I don't think that it's no coming back from cheating, especially, you know, in marriage. And even with a boyfriend and all of that, like I said, even in my relationship when cheating happened, I never fully got over it. I just felt like I got even, and that was enough for me.
Right.
Because I was young. So, but look, I know talking about me because I feel like I'm the one doing all the talking. This ain't no Q&A. This ain't no interview.
I mean, it is an interview. It's our podcast.
This is a podcast. I feel like I'm on the chopping block being interviewed, y'all. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
We gave Dr. Coco the floor first, so I mean, you can hit me with whatever question you want to come.
Because I'm curious to know your thoughts, like as far as you being the person on the cheating end, and you being the person getting cheated on. Like, does it change when it's you versus when it's your spouse? Do the rules change? And, you know, do you feel like it's a recovery plan from that? Like,
oh man, I feel like
you've been married and you date, so I feel like you got a good.
That's a loaded question. Oh my goodness. So how does Cabin Doll _ breathe? Is the relationship salvageable after cheating? So, well, let's look at the marriage point. Needless to say, as you guys know, I was married for some time.
In years.
It was some years. But We got a divorce because of cheating. That is not to say that I don't think that a marriage cannot be saved after cheating. I think it can. But it's definitely dependent upon the people. And as you know, going off what Dr. Coco stated, you know, you want to know why. You want to know the why that person cheated. And for me, it's just like, it's a loyalty thing. It's, you know, did Cabin Doll _ Bree do something wrong? You know, what did I miss? Did I overlook these red flags? And that marriage that I had initially, there were red flags. But, you know, again, being married and being young and married, I was very, very young. I didn't know. You know, I never had a marriage before. I never had a reputable marriage to model after. I mean, I was raised in the church my entire, you know, from birth on up. But, you know, what does that mean? It was a lot of infidelity and things that was inappropriate going on in the church. So what did I have to look at? You know, and I was a cheater too in the marriage. And instead of getting divorced initially, we cheated on each other kind of repetitively in different phases of our marriage. And we were married for almost 10 years. And so to answer the question, again, I think it just depends on the people. But being a realist, I don't think that certain relationships are salvageable after cheating. And as you guys know, the dating scene and just dating, you know, some infidelity going on with that. And it's like, whoa, what's going on with that? Why did it cheat? And it was because, you know, certain needs weren't being met. And I think in that case, it's like, okay, we can recover from that. We do need to do therapy. I don't think either of us at this point in time of our life are cheaters, but we can be petty, you know, and being angry and just responding off the flesh. And it's like, okay, tit for tat. Well, you did this. I'm going to show you, know, doing this better. But,
yeah,
you know, I the new me is just like, let the shit go. You know, the revised Cabin Doll _ Bree. If at any time you think you got to step outside to get your needs met, just let it go.
Thank you.
I'm kind of tired of trying to make it work or trying to fit the specs of another human being. And it's like, well, it's a whole bunch of other human beings that'll probably fit my mode. But as Dr. Coco teased me, like, just let the shit go. You know, just let it go. Just do you. You know? And I mean, you know, again, it just depends on who you are. You need to know who you are, you know, what you desire. And two, are you comfortable with being by yourself? I honestly don't really give a shit one way or another. I know who I am. I'm okay with being on my own. I'm cool with dating, you know, and then I might go through a whole period of a year or something where I don't want to be bothered. But, you know, it takes work. And I think that's why our ancestors probably held on to these 40+ marriages.
Not the ancestors.
Yeah, I mean, let's get to that too. Right. Because they stayed through some things. Like, even my grandparents, hell, he has how many baby mamas? But he was with my grandmother for how long? And it's like, okay,
that's my husband, granddad. Even to this day, he be in the streets and he like, I think we just celebrated his 70th birthday. My man's be rolling like a rolling stone, baby.
But they say the papa was a rolling stone. No, but I mean, I don't think that. Now, disclaimer, guys, everybody are not cheaters. I think some people are just a little bit more fluid than others. And they just...
Fluid?
Yes. Some people are just a little bit more fluid than others. And they find little discrepancies in a relationship as an excuse to engage or indulge their fluidness. You know, their flighty, their free spiritness.
Their adultery, their cheating.
and they're being selfish by not, owning up to who they are.
Right.
So, yes, that's gonna happen. I mean, it's just gonna happen, and then, it's just like, okay, you just need to know who you are. And like I said, I personally don't want to be bothered with this shit because it's work. I don't feel like working on that. I got other shit to work on. So
right. I need to work on myself.
Right. So it's like you're either gonna act right or you're not, and we're gonna set these expectations, and you're gonna know the desires of my heart in the beginning. And if you don't want to do it, or you show these little real red flags that you're not going to coincide with that, I'm gone. I don't have time for that shit. So, that's just what it is. Saying all of that and realizing who you are, and walking in who you are, walking in your truth. That's just what it is. And I think a lot of people don't know who they are. They don't know who they desire, and people don't know how to love. And it's just like, you have to love the person. You have to love that person. What you get is what you have to love, and you have to step up and go through the little building blocks, and you can't control everything. The only thing that you have control over is your thoughts and yourself. And you could tell the person, your partner, the shit that you do and that you don't like, and just watch what they do. Watch what they do after you tell them the things that you do and you don't like. And the person that wants you, the person that desires you, is the person that's not going to cheat on you, the person that's not going to give up on you. And that's the person that's your husband, that's your wife, that's your spouse, that's your partner. That's the person you'll know if, they were putting that work in. But anyway.
People, say what people want to hear. Like, of course, because I'm married, people will want to hear that I'm going to try to salvage my marriage, or want to hear that, oh, we going to do couples counseling and all of that shit.
Dr. Coco, you're going to leave if that man cheats on you. You're going to leave if your husband cheats on you. That's the bottom fucking line. We could play.
Oh, no. I disagree. I am, if something happened in our marriage, I am willing to try to figure out what.
Okay, but we asked, is the relationship salvageable after cheating?
And I'm going to treat him accordingly. Yeah.
But the relationship is not salvageable. You all are going to have a business marriage. It's no longer going to be. So no.
So the marriage is salvageable. It just changes in dynamic. So it goes from being a marriage to
a business partnership.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not what God designed that to be. So no, it's not salvageable on your
Okay.
His ass better not cheat. That's just the bottom line. We don't want to find out how that looks, cause he's gonna be living in hell. He gonna be under scrutiny for real.
Mm-hmm. And see, that's the thing too. Like, I would rather leave than make the extra effort to make somebody's life miserable. Like, that just takes too much time. Like, it takes too much energy to make somebody, uncomfortable because of, some shit they did. Just go. That's what I feel like. I feel like people say that what they would do in situations like that because because I guess it's kind of not taboo almost to just honestly admit that you just gonna give up on the marriage or the relationship and say, fuck that, I'm out. So people say that they, want to try to figure out why and all of that stuff. But honestly, I feel like there is no coming back from that, whether you marry or you in a relationship, like, because things are going to change, whether it turns from a relationship to a partnership to a business transaction. I'm still in this relationship because both our name on the car note. I'm still in this relationship because both of us own the lease. You know what I'm saying?
But because I know, and you saying that, some chicks that I've met, in Virginia has some situations like that. Like, you know, they were like cheaters, but you know, the guy had bought them a car and they was in a relationship and they stayed here. Boom, now my oldest is graduated or whatever and they split. They have gone separate ways, and I think they're both married, but they weren't married to each other when they was in their situationship. And then it was another couple that's married, and the guy was a cheater. And I think the wife ended up cheating at some point, and the husband lost his mind. And that was the same couple that I told you. Now they're a poly couple. It's just these outlandish situations that come from cheating.
And then let's keep it 100. Men can dish out what they can't take.
They can't take it.
Men can dish out what they cannot take. Like, if, you know, men will have a whole side baby and come back and be like, please forgive me.
No.
But if you go out and have a side baby and come back pregnant as hell, your ass gonna be on the stoop.
Oh, he see that belly for 38 weeks?
Yeah, he ain't
trying to look at that baby for 38 weeks. But you know what? It's some dudes, because Maury done put them on there like, you know, I'm going to still be there. I was with her when she was pregnant. Yeah. Yeah, that's she a hoe.
So she's on the street. She's on the street. No, you on the street. Fuck you in. That's why I went to the street.
No, but you know what? It and I've also seen it be like some decent dudes that just are high strung over certain females that ain't shit. I know you've seen some situations like some guys that I went to grammar school with. They just are like some really, really good dudes. Like, they are not cheating on a chick, but this chick for the streets. And like, I guess because she's a baddie or whatever the case may be, they're like, we can work through it. And you know, she'll just look over him and talk to him crazy, take his money, want this. And it's like, they're not married. They're just in a relationship. And it's like, why are you letting her run you over like that? Like, it's some good women that, you know, won't do that to you. And it's like, oh, she messed up. And it's like, okay, now you're being in denial. And, you know, it's just so many different...
And it be men who low-key like that shit. They like...
Oh, okay. That's true.
Where they behave.
Look, now you're talking about your sugar daddy, sugar baby website, Dave.
It'd be I'm talking about everyday men.
Yeah.
I'm talking about everyday men who, who like a dominant woman.
Right.
And so, to you, it may look like she treating them like, but behind closed doors, he probably eating that shit up.
Yeah.
That's his shit.
Yeah.
That's he's feeding off that powerful energy that she putting out, you know. And so to him, that's why he stick around, because he getting his rocks off when she yell.
Right. True. That's true.
That's why I like just, you know, it depends on the relationship. I guess, you know, it depends on the dynamic of the relationship. That's why I keep saying you single till you married. I don't know how loud I got to scream it. You single till you married.
Yeah, I mean, all of that ties in together. Like, even our last podcast, when we talked about these 7+ers, what are you waiting on? Mm-hmm. And I think that cheating thing, like, y'all still in the streets low key. Because
and I would rather my spouse be honest and say, you know, like, even me, like, before I probably was out the streets probably 6 months before I got proposed to. But I wanted to get all of that out my system, get all of that off my chest, and you know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, is your timeline correct?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
I don't think your timeline is correct. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta put her ass out there. Rethink that. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, let me because I was.
Yes.
No, okay. No. Come on. Let me
okay.
Clarify myself. I I was out the streets. No, at 6 months before I got engaged, I realized there wasn't shit in the streets. So when I was actually out the streets was when I got proposed to. Because you're single till you're married. But about 6 months before I got proposed to.
You know what? We finna make a t-shirt. Hashtag you're single till you're married. We gotta make wear the shirt. You gotta wear the shirt all day, every day. You're single till you're married.
Put that on your arm. Put that on the tattoo so you look at it every time.
Don't ever forget. You're single till you. But wait a minute. We also said you got to do a trial run before you get married. So.
Well, that's a whole other subject.
I know.
Before you get married, that's a whole nother subject. Because the older generation will tell us no, but baby, I ain't buying no cow I can't milk before I buy. So, bitch, I need to try that sample. Mess around and get married and really discover who a person is after you marry them. I
wonder how that would even work. Like how in other countries they do that. Like that's the thing where they just marry their daughter and their son off. And
they suffer through it. These
are these sacrifices that go along with. So your relationship, whether married or not married, can be salvageable after cheating, but is it worth it? Are you willing to suffer and sacrifice and put up with these different challenges, that go along with it? And coming from a person or persons, Dr. Coco and myself, we've done that. And it's just like, she's married right now and I'm currently not married, and so I don't know. I don't think like I said, I don't want to. I don't want to put in that work because it's like you are going to. But like me, I'm a little bit more lax than others, so it's like
I'm a bit more lax than others.
What are you trying to say?
I said it. What do you mean? What I'm trying to say?
That sounded like what did kids say? Sneak this.
Oh no! Bitch, I'm right in your face. Oh. I'm right in your face. You're best friend. You're a bit more forgiving than quite a few women. I'll say that.
Okay, that's fair. And I guess a little bit of part of me just don't care. Depending, I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say with that, and I'm gonna just leave that right there. Okay, ThunderKATZ and Kittens. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear from the married people, the single until you're married people, but you're in a relationship. You know what?
Are you single until you married?
That's the motto that she lived by. What are you talking about? So
back to you.
I said that is the motto that we live by.
Okay.
Give us that wonderful smile. Y'all can't see it, but I can. Is the relationship salvageable after cheating? We want to know your thoughts. DM us on Instagram. Cabin_Bree, Dr. Coco _curves. Comment on this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's share your thoughts.
Follow us on all our social media platforms because we do have a few. Follow best friend on TikTok, Cabin_Bree. And follow me everywhere. I'm Dr. Coco _curves on all platforms. And I'm Coco's Couture Closet on my other YouTube channel.
Yes. But we appreciate y'all sticking with us while we bounce around. Hot topics.
Around questions and subjects.
Putting that light under that heat lamp.
Saying just enough.
Just enough, Don't give a little bit too much. Leave a little room for the imagination,
Right.
But yeah,
I'm a
ask
little
some
wonder.
questions.
But yeah, sound off in the comments. Let us know y'all thoughts. And yeah. We'll catch y'all on the next one.
All right, bye.
Bye.